March Madness kicked off this weekend at AU, and the women's team was dancing. Breon Page has more about the experience was like for the Lady Eagles.
Basketball team danced in the first round of this year's March Madness. The team faced off against Iowa on Friday, but unfortunately came up short against the number 3 seed, losing 75-67. This is the first time the team has made an NCAA appearance in program history.
When we first got here as a coaching staff, we kind of heard that it was a struggle for us to get to the NCAA tournament. We'd never been there before. We had the banner up in the corner that had all the NIT banners, and we got to the NIT our first year, so it's been our goal since we got here as a coaching staff to make the NCAA tournament. In 32-year history of the NCAA tournament, we're pretty proud to be the first ones. Our kids were excited.
This team has been led this year by senior Jen Dumiak, who leads the Patriot League in assists and free throws. She ranks among the top 15 nationally in both categories.
Jen had an unreal senior year. Unreal. I mean, she took home every award she probably could have taken home, and she stepped into the point guard spot after being a 2-guard for her entire career. And she's definitely going to be hard to replace, but I know our kids are ready to step up. We have a good freshman class coming in, and nobody's going to be Jen.
As a team, the Eagles finished in the top 40 in several categories, including assist and turnover ratio, where they came at 19th. The Eagles also secured the most winningest season yet. After capturing the 2015 league title, the Eagles have a lot to live up to. Breon Page, District Wire News.
After a bad loss to the Clippers on Friday night, the Wizards lost again last night to a Kings team that had previously only won 3 games in the month of March. Washington barely shot over 40% from the field, and perhaps more concerning was their defense. The Kings scored 109 points against the Wizards, which up until the Clippers game on Friday was well above Washington's average points allowed this month. Washington had been giving up less than 90 points per game in the month of March before this weekend.
It was a bad weekend for the local men's teams in the NCAA tournament. Virginia, Maryland, and Georgetown all went down the weekend and lost to lower seeded teams. Georgetown lost by double figures to the Utah Utes in the round of 32, while the Terps also lost by double figures to West Virginia. Maryland freshman guard Melo Trimble left the game after sustaining a concussion, and the Terps were outscored by 11 in the second half. However, the biggest upset and surprise was the second-seeded Cavaliers losing to the 7th-seeded Michigan State Spartans.
And the women's NCAA tournament has not been without its own drama. The number 2 seeded Lady Wildcats of Kentucky fell to 7th seed Dayton last night. Amber Dean came off the bench to score 23 points and help edge the Lady Flyers to their first Sweet 16 appearance in school history. Tonight, the University of Maryland women will be against the 8th-ranked Princeton in the College Park. The Lady Tigers are a perfect 30-0 coming into the game.
As we've made our way into spring, the Major League Baseball season is quickly approaching. The Washington Nationals are 8-9-1 so far in the Grapefruit League this year, although none of those games matter. One thing that does matter is the health of pitcher Steven Strasburg. The former All-Star sprained his left ankle lifting weights and currently undergoing rehab to get back on the mound for the Nats. The Nats will start the season at home against the New York Mets on April 6th.
DC United lost to the New York Red Bulls on Sunday 2-0. However, there was more action off the field. Some New York fans were loudly chanting support for fired coach Mike Petke. A protest was originally scheduled to take place before the game. However, the group organizing the protest opted for some pro-Petke chants and songs instead during the game. Petke was fired over the winter despite leading his club to the MLS semifinals last season.
That's all for us. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jeremy Mohue.
And I'm Jordan Sharp. Have a great week, everyone.